Four times you were facing actual death.
Yeah. Throughout each stage, the pellet stage, which was the first stage, second stage, those were the state levels. And then the third stage, which became the federal level. And then the last stage, which is your 11th hour appeal. Okay. Each time a death warrant was signed. Now, the first death warrant, which came about, I think, in the 80s, in the late 80s, around 90, I want to say 91. They didn't take that one as serious because they knew, I still had another few rounds in the field. But the one that came, which was quick, because under the Anti-Terrorist Effective Death Penalty Act, President Clinton wanted to see execution. Okay, the federal government wanted to speed that process up. So I saw a death warrant signed then. I was taken out of the prison population on death row, and I was isolated. It was only for a couple of days, and they read me the death warrant. And they stated that, if not given a stay of execution by the governor of the Commonwealth, that they would proceed. Okay, they did proceed. I had another round. Okay, and this was the more serious of them all. Not the 11th hour, but this is the more serious one. Okay, so when it was done, and I think that was around close to the end of the 90s, the warden came into the unit on death row with the death warrant, and they took me in the office and they read it off to me, and they asked me to sign the papers and so forth that since I was sentenced under death by electrocution, and at that time when they brought that death warrant, Kentucky law had changed where they were giving lethal injection as an alternative. Okay, a less cruel means, as it was said. They wanted me to sign the papers to agree to be put to death by lethal injection. I wouldn't sign it. I didn't agree on that. I didn't agree on any of it because I wasn't expecting to be executed.
Yeah.
My hope was still that my lawyers would find the truth of the matter and bring about bring the light that I did not commit this homicide. Okay, and that my being on death row was an injustice. That didn't come about, but the governor granted a stay of execution because I had one final round of appeal. Now this is the one that got serious because it's what they call the 11th hour appeal. Okay, that was the final stage. Okay, so in 2002, when that appeal was over with, the warden came to me again, and he was serious. He said, "We need to pack you up." This was on a Friday. He said, "Let's hear from the governor, from DOC in Frankfurt. We're going to pack you up Monday. We're going to take you to the death house and prepare you. We need to isolate you from the population. It's a stress reducer for the population to take the person who's facing execution out of his surroundings and isolate him to prepare him for execution." And again, I'm given the option to sign the papers to grant them permission to execute me by lethal injection because that was a change of law. Again, I was sentenced to be executed by electrocution. In my mind, I'm thinking, no, I'm not going to do this. This is not going to happen to me. So we went the whole weekend. Me packing my stuff up, putting it in plastic bags and being ready. Come Monday morning, nobody came to get me. Administration, they never come and got me. I sat Marcus for a year waiting for determination of whether or not I was going to be executed. Okay. Warden Parker suspended my visitation list and allowed anyone to visit me who wanted to visit to say their last goodbyes to me. Well,